Press Conference 2013. Right, just to tell you a little bit more about what Blueprint is, it is a 4-day fashion trade and consumer event organised by the Blueprint Group. It's a joint venture between the Textile and Fashion Federation of Singapore, also known as TAF. Also included is MP Asia and of course Mercury Marketing and Communications. We have with us here today Mark Lee, the Vice President of TAF, just to tell us a little bit more.
Good morning, everyone. I'm supposed to do this because this is a Singapore design watch as I begin my speech. Well, good morning. Thank you for being here. It is a pleasure to see so many of you today. The first 3 editions of our Blueprint trade show from 2010 to 2012 had a unique focus on pre-spring collections and attracted the attention of many local, regional, and international buyers and media. I'm glad to say we have grown threefold from 56 participating brands in 2010 to more than 160 brands expected this year. Our numbers of visitors visiting the show has actually increased from 1,100 in 2010 to 9,000 last year. Blueprint has directly and indirectly launched the export labels of many up-and-coming international and Asian designers. I'm actually proud to say that one of our success stories is designer Chen Zhigang. After winning the Audi Star Creation in 2011, Zhigang displayed his capsule collection at Blueprint. In 2012, his collection caught the eye of a fellow exhibitor, Zados, who then hired him as the lead designer for Singapore brand Zado's high fashion luxury line, Panthea. This year, Zados will be participating in Blueprint trade show as well as showing at the Audi Fashion Festival. Another example of our homegrown accessories brand, Vice and Vanity, I think you see that as it comes up, is now stocked in Milan, Taipei, China, and Japan. Triple Major, a multi-label store in China, also bought brands from Thailand, Seoul, Japan, and Singapore at Blueprint 2012. These are some of the successes and examples of how Blueprint is able to match our buyers as well as our brands. So what's in store this year? Well, we're featuring more than 160 pre-spring collections across women's wear, menswear, and accessories from Asian and international emerging designers. The highlights will include a new country collective from Taiwan, so I encourage all of you to come. France will be growing its group of designers from 3 last year to 8 this year, and Korea is back again with a strong contingent of about 10 designers. There will be strong representation from over 10 Thai brands as well at this year's Blueprint. So there's a lot to be excited about. I'm excited, we're all excited, and we're also thankful that the government agencies such as ID Singapore, Spring Singapore, and Tourism Board share our vision of developing Singapore into a fashion hub. So thank you also to our sponsors for supporting our event and the aspirations of these young designers. And thank you also to the media, all of you here, who have shown your immense support for emerging designers through the years and helped elevate the profiles of many of our young talents. So thank you everyone once again, and see you at Blueprint 2013. I'll now leave the mic to our beautiful Jin to share more updates with you next.
Jin Lee, Managing Director of Mercury Marketing and Communications, not forgetting the founder of Blueprint.
Good morning everyone. Hello and thanks for joining us at this year's Blueprint Press Conference. I thought it would be helpful to trace Blueprint's 9-year journey over the years to where it is today so we can see how much it has grown. The other hat that I wear is as Festival Director of Audi Fashion Festival, which we have organized since 2004. In our passion to promote Singapore designers, we created a little fashion show called Blueprints 9 years ago now, and it was part of the Singapore Fashion Festival then. we created a showcase which had 9 Singapore designers, and it led to a 1-year pop-up shop in the Huron. In 2008, 9 blueprint designers were featured in a runway show in the Fashion Festival, supported by Design Singapore, and went on to be showcased at an exhibition in Milan. In 2009, 10 blueprint designers were showcased in collaboration with Black Market at the inaugural Audi Fashion Festival, and blueprints included for the first time regional designers from Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia on top of Singapore. In 2010, we realized that fashion careers are not born out of fashion shows alone, that designers would need to meet buyers, media, and expose their collections to an international trade audience and get feedback and experience. Hence, the first blueprint trade show was born. In 2011, we entered into a joint venture with Fashion Association TAF and MP Singapore, supported by government agencies Audi Singapore, Spring Singapore, and Singapore Tourism Board, to grow blueprints bigger and better. What we are most excited about this year is our move to the Pitt building alongside the other 3 pillars of the Asia Fashion Exchange in the precincts we now call Fashion by the Bay. In this new co-location, all 4 pillar events will come together physically as one. The Audi Fashion Festival and Audi Style Creation will be at 10th and Marina Promenade, located next to the Singapore Flyer. Blueprints will be at the Pitt Building, and Asia Fashion Summit will be at Raffles City Convention Centre, with workshops open to the public for the first time at the Pitt Building. We hope that this co-location will make it easier for everyone to visit all 4 pillars, moving between Audi Fashion Festival and Blueprints. We're also having activities, more lifestyle partners. For example, we'll have a wine fair, fashion cafes, we'll have a lot more activity and buzz to create excitement in the whole precinct. We hope that by consolidating our activities, it will be a nice way also for Blueprints to come full circle and return to the site where we had our first edition in 2010. Except we come back as a bigger and better Blueprints and Emporium. Tracy and her panel of speakers will be able to share more with you about the past experiences and what we can all look forward to this year. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, Jen. I'd like to now invite our panel of speakers onto stage. Okay, well, just to start out, we have Tracy Phillips, Project Director of Blueprint. Fatima Ismaji, Senior Trade Advisor of Audi France. Priscilla Shanmugam, owner and designer of women's wear label On Shanmugam. Sien, buyer at Society of Black Sheep. And Clinton Lester, co-founder and designer of menswear label Crawford and Sons, here with us today. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us.
Thank you.
Hi there, Tracy. Hi there, Tracy. You're the project director again for Blueprint 2013. What are some of the more exciting highlights that you can tell us to look forward to for this year?
Okay, so being to our 4th year, I think that we've been able to have be able to better define our direction, our look, feel, and content, and just to make a more cohesive show overall. Just as we've grown, I think the awareness of the show has as well. And so it means that we're going to see designers from countries that we've never had before, like Vietnam, Taiwan, Switzerland, and even Trinidad and Tobago. And on top of that, we have a brand-led section. So, in the past, we've always, really focused on emerging designers. But of course, we want to grow our platform to embrace all the talent that's out there. So we have brands who are very big actually in their domestic markets, but are looking to grow in the region, and they feel that Blueprint is the place to do that. So we have people like Tough Jeans and Salad from Hong Kong, Beck and Bridge from Australia, Religion from UK, I'm sure there's many more that I'm not thinking of at this very moment. And I think finally, really the big change is obviously the co-location with the rest of the AFX pillars. I think that will definitely add to the vibrancy and the interactivity of the space. We know we'll have a lot of like shared programming. So I can really imagine that people are going to be coming back to the space and really getting to know Fashion by the Bay and discovering blueprints in that process.
Thanks, Tracy. Well, 2012 was a great year for a lot of the designers. For example, local fashion label On Shanmugam by Priscilla Shanmugam first participated at Blueprint Emporium in 2011. It showcased at Blueprint Trade Show and Emporium at 2012 and was picked up by international retailers such as the New York Pixie Market. Since then, she has also shown in Paris and was awarded Elle Singapore's Designer of the Year 2012. Hers is a true blueprint success story. Hi there, Priscilla. So how has your experience at Blueprint been for the last 2 years?
The first time we were at Blueprint, we only participated in a program because we felt we weren't ready for a trade show. But it was actually that moment that was a defining point for us because we had such a great response from consumers, from even buyers who happened to just walking around during the program and the media as well. And we took that as a kind of an indication that we have a good product on our hands and we should just go ahead and open up our own shop. Although many people in the industry were saying, we shouldn't do that, we just did it. It turned out to be the best thing we ever did. So in 2012 was the first time we actually did trade show, and I think Blueprint was the perfect platform for that. We had really good support from Design Singapore, gave us a grant, and also from Tracy and the Blueprint team who were constantly monitoring what I was doing, and every time I see her, she'd be like, "How's it going?
Designs coming."
So it was good. It was a good ground, and I went into the trade show not really expecting much. So when we got that order from Pixie Market, it was really quite wow. Not sure what to do, but and also they were very kind as a buyer to understand the position I was in, everything that was new to me, and also. And Emporium at 2012 was crazy. Like, I think we just couldn't even get coffee. We couldn't even sit down for 2 whole days. We were just talking and selling and selling. It was just madness. But also, again, Emporium is not to be underestimated for any brand or store because it's just a one-shop platform where all kinds of people in Singapore come, and it's just up to you to make the best out of it.
Well, as On Shanmugam continues its worldwide expansion, we also have a lot of international brands that are hoping to gain a foothold in the Asian market. Fatima, why did Ubi France choose Blueprint and see it was a gateway to Asia for its French designers?
Well, Claire, I think that Asia is clearly a new region French designers are looking into, but I would say not only designers because we also welcomed a huge French fashion trade show last year in October for a conference. Actually, it was Prêt-à-porter Paris who's next première class. So I think coming back to fashion designers, they are clearly looking into Asia because it's a huge market, and of course there's more and more interesting designers as well. As for Singapore, of course, it's clearly a huge platform, not only to Southeast Asia, but also to the whole of Asia Pacific.
So how's your experience been overall though last year? Were there any success stories with the French designers or one in particular that you can remember?
Well, last year we brought 3 jewelry brands, Scali, Lila Conti, and Adeline Cachot. They did really, really well, and I'll let one of my colleagues here talk more about one of the brands, I believe.
Yeah, well, I'm from Society of Black Sheep, and we have a store at Marina Bay Sands. And yeah, last year we had a look at the French offerings, and Lila Conti caught our eye especially because although the story of it is uniquely French, it had a lot of points about it that I think appealed to our Asian buyers. It had a very fine work. It looked very, it even placed well within an Asian context because of its nice filigree touches. But it worked well, it was modern. It was very nice, it was very modern. And importantly, price point was very good. So,
Which can be an issue sometimes with French designers.
yes, that's right. You know, because I think Asians like it to be well finished, well done, and a little bit of work has to be in it. It can't look too floppy and sloppy in general. So, like, I think certain things that cross over well would be things like that.
Thank you, Sam. Right, Clinton, you're a first-time exhibitor at Blueprint this year. What made you decide to come on board with Blueprint?
To me, Blueprint is one of the biggest and most well-renowned trade shows in Asia. It's also well known that they give amazing support to local designers and help propel Singapore as a destination, as a fashion destination in the world. I think a lot of people, when they starting their own brands, they also set the goal of joining Blueprint. So I'm very happy to give this opportunity to join Blueprint.
Thank you, Clinton. Right, as a consumer, what I'm really interested the most about Blueprint is the Emporium. Now, Tracy, can you share a little bit more on what we can expect from that?
Okay, so I think as most of you should know by now, I hope, Blueprint is a mega shopping extravaganza, Blueprint Emporium. We have more than 180 brands already and counting, many of which are not available in Singapore. So, it's really an event for discovery. You're shopping from limited edition merchandise, sale items, samples, and the best part of the experience, and I think the one that makes it different and unique, is you're really buying from the designers themselves. So I mean, that's the part that I like the best, because I'm always asking questions like, oh, what inspired you with this piece? Really trying to find out their brand story. I think this is the kind of event that Singapore needs. An event where, I think as our consumers are getting a lot more savvy, we don't want to be wearing what everyone else is wearing. Well, I mean, I know I'm like that. I'm assuming everyone else here in the room, the way you're dressed, feels the same way. So Blueprint Emporium, you can find things that you can't find anywhere else. A lot of the brands are new, they're not as well known, but still very, very talented. And because we want people to spend the whole day discovering and learning more about the brands, we really made it a full, lifestyle experience. So we have great partners on board, like Spa Esprit, who are coming in with, your food and refreshment, as well as their grooming services with their brands like Strip and Brow House, and workshops. Our fashion-forward friends from Mother Factory are doing a mega style party which will feature designers, and that's really open to the public. So yeah, there's lots and lots happening.
I had no idea there were so many elements to this Emporium. All I really want to know is when can I start shopping?
Me too. Actually, I should remind everyone that the shopping can actually start right now because we had an initiative called the WEG Insider Retail Program. Yes, it's actually something that we've done to lead up to Blueprint, and will take you all the way through to July. We have more than 30 retailers involved, and all you have to be is a Blueprint supporter, and you'll get offers and discounts. And what you need to do is basically, I think the information's up here, but you can adopt the pick badge, put it onto your social media feeds, like on your Facebook, and when you show that to the staff, the offers are yours. And we've picked really exciting retailers who sell both local and international emerging designers, and all over Singapore in all the different clusters. And you can read more about that in our digital online magazine, which is the last thing that I'm going to rattle on about. We're very excited about it. We put it together. It's going to be biannual, And it's really an opportunity for the fashion community to get together. It's a resource for consumer and trade information to share between the East and West. And you know, we're giving a platform, a longer platform for our brands and our participants and our partners to really showcase what we have to offer. We know that it's excellent. So please go check it out on the, what do you call those tablets by HP. Thank you.
Thanks, Grace. It's amazing. You know what I'll be doing later. Well, Sim, you were a bite at the Society of Black Sheep at MBS, as you mentioned earlier. Are you guys participating in the WED Insider Shopping promotion as well?
Yeah, well, it's quite a big year for us. We're taking part in the WED promotion. Yep, I think part of the reason is that we've been supporting so many emerging designers that it just seemed natural to do so. We've got, you know, there's a whole bunch of you here, right? It's like Angel, Stolen, you can see us with Carrie over there. You know, it's like, we've all done well with you, and I hope you've done well with us. And I think we wanted to also get the message out a little bit more, because I just don't feel that sometimes people value the emerging designers as much simply because they're not as well marketed as the super big brands. And yeah, in fact, we're in Emporium too this year actually. So, all in.
So, with the support for the young emerging talents, what kind of labels are you looking for at Blueprint this year?
Well, I think that what we're always looking for somebody who has a good concept, who's good and edgy, but is also at the back of it savvy about the business of fashion. You know, you gotta come up and understand that we have to help you sell. So you have to produce your marketing materials. You have to understand that your stuff has to be ultimately wearable after we've been enticed by the beautiful images that you have created. It has to wear well and it has to give you good value. You know, I can't stress that enough, because once it gets out to the customer, they touch it and imagine if they don't even want to put it on. Now, or if they put it on, they can't move. So like, there's a lot of those things that I would look for if I'm buying. And yeah, so like everything. I was talking to Fatima just now. Sometimes it's just in your name. If your name does not, you know, give that evocative moment and say, I want to enter your world. If you don't do that, I can't sell you either. You know, so like think really hard about all that before you even start cutting your dress.
Thank you so much, Sam. Right, thanks guys for all of your insight. Well, for the rest of you, just sit back and enjoy the fashion show featuring the designers participating at the Blueprint 2013 in May.
Hi, welcome to the Industrial Prince Choice online news. Please tell us, what's your 3 keys to your success in making Blueprint the best show in Singapore and Southeast Asia?
Okay, it's been about getting the best content on board, getting the right designers. I think finding designers that are like, I think unique or a bit exciting or unusual, and I think the team has done a fantastic job with Tracy and all sourcing all around the region. Another factor would be, I guess, the experience, creating the right ambiance, getting the right, I think, music, the partners and all on board. And the third thing would be, I think, the right location. So we're moving this year to the F1 Pit building alongside our sister events, the Audi Fashion Festival. So people can expect the big glamorous shows, the red carpet parties. There'll be parties by Butter Factory, there'll be DJs from W, all in the same precinct, because we're coming together with our sister Audi Fashion Festival.
Wow. Now about the Audi Fashion Festival, you know, what is the one show that you would recommend for all our viewers to go to?
I think there'd be 3 or 4, but I'd have to say, I'd cheat a little bit. I'd say I'm Carolina Herrera. This is the first time this legendary designer has been to Asia. She created the Twilight wedding dress, of course, I mean, so many more. She's dressed first ladies from, you know, Jacqueline Onassis to Michelle Obama. So the Carolina Herrera show is not to be missed. Closing show, Hussein Shalayan. Shalayan has also never been out to Asia, and of course his collections are very conceptual. He's not just a fashion designer. I mean, he works in collaborations with musicians, like artists, like theatre, film. So this is the first time as well it's coming out to Asia. And the other show I would have to say is Raoul, homegrown Singapore label, but definitely exciting because we're also featuring a Victoria's Secret supermodel in this show. Erin Heatherton is coming to Singapore and she will be opening the Raoul show. So well, those three plus I think there's about 10 more shows that I can't miss. But those
How about Blueprint? Is there anything special at Blueprint?
Definitely. I mean, Emporium, we have 180 brands confirmed at the moment and still counting. There'll be accessories, which I'm looking forward to. I think Carrie Kay does fantastic, unique pieces. This year, the leather bibs are fantastic, very exciting. And of course, the Korean designers. We have also, I think, a very exciting contingent from Taiwan. And I think that you'll find more than enough to see, to eat, to do because we have lifestyle partners this year, like I think like the house. So there'll be food, there'll be cafes, there'll be just so much to do.
For our viewers, they want to ask you, what is good fashion and what is good fashion taste for you?
To me, good fashion is, I think, enjoying yourself, just being yourself, wear what you like, and of course supporting new designers, emerging designers, designers that may not have had the same kind of marketing budget that the big brands do have, but have unique, wonderful pieces. Support new designers. That's, I think, what a lot of Blueprint is about.
Now, they also mentioned that you're going to have cafes and dining over at this wonderful festival.
Yes, yeah.
So what will be the one particular wine or champagne that you recommend for women?
I think drink lots of Moet and Chandon and Belvedere vodka. And of course, Rosamount wine.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice. We look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. What are the three key success that make Blueprint one of the greatest shows today in Singapore?
Well, I think number one, we really have a very good story, that the fact that we were pre-spring and the fact that we have a lot of talent right now that we in Singapore as well as the rest of Asia, and we bring everyone together and allow a very nice platform for everyone to interact, bring the right buyers as well as the brands together to connect together. So you first have to have the right brands, the right designers, as well as the right buyers, and bringing it all together with a great team. I think that's really one of the key success factors. With a great theme as well, and the theme was pre-spring for us.
Now, what are the challenges that you see when you first started, and how did you overcome those challenges? And what do you see in the future ahead for Blueprint? What kind of plans does Blueprint has for the next 5 years here in Singapore?
Well, I think as of any show, when you first start, it's a question of faith and belief. Do the brands themselves or the designers, they would probably be thinking, do you have the right buyers that could help me and bring me to where I want to be? And for the buyers themselves, they want to know whether is there the right designers and the right brands that would fit into my collection or my store. And trying to put these two together takes time, a lot of hard work as well. And I think that after 3 years, it's proven. We have the statistics to show for it. On top of that, we created a great platform for the consumer to get involved as well with the Emporium story. And with that, you see what sells, what doesn't, do so well, and the designers go back, they re-look at their line, and from there, they come back again with a fresh new perspective next year. And this adds to a whole new dimension of the success of Blueprint over the last few years.
Now, what can our viewers expect at Blueprint? Because you have a conference segment as well.
That's right.
And so, what are the speakers that's going to be there?
Well, I think that it depends if you are a buyer right now and coming over, whether you are from the US or from Europe or from Asia, or even local domestic buyers from departmental stores or little multi-label stores. One key point is that with that whole week, not only can you do buying, you can interact. We have education programs, Asia Fashion Summit. With that, you learn what's in trend, what's in the market. You interact with some of the best brands out there, and form that basis of learning, as well as understanding what's going to be popular for the next season and the season after.
What's next for fashion do you foresee for Singapore and in Asia? And what is good fashion taste, or is there such thing as a bad taste for fashion?
Well, I think fashion is the interpretation of what is in your life around you, and we all are in Asia right now. And what is surrounding us right now is this energy, right? Positive energy of change, of the fact that Asia is booming, the axis has tilted. The fact that the West and the East, the West coming to the East right now, and then you see this whole new vibrancy of Asia. And I think that at the end of the day, the fashion reflects that vibrancy, that excitement, that buzz that Asia is creating. And what is most important is that we're centered on Singapore that has changed so much and creating that buzz right now to be Asians' fashion gateway. So I think that I see a lot of potential in Blueprint. In fact, I think that we can go a long way with everyone's support, with the media support, with the buyer support, with the brands and designer support. Hey, you know, the sky's the limit for us.
Well, thank you for joining us here at the National Business Conference, and we look forward to joining you at the Blueprint this year in 2013.
Thank you very much. I appreciate